Now that it is some days after the Champions League final, now that Arsenal have done their trophy parade, I believe it's time to address some comments in the last video I made. I've not said anything about those comments because I felt the Arsenal fans were still in their emotions, you understand, losing the Champions League final. I mean, no fan is going to take that well. So what did I say in my last video? I just basically criticized the way Arteta set up Arsenal in that Champions League final, and many Arsenal fans, there are so many things they said in the comments. Some were fine and some were some other way, but I'm just trying to explain what I was trying to say in that video. For example, now this comment, this guy is saying that if Arsenal had come out to play and PSG beat them like 3-0 and 4-0 now, it's still us now that we still come out and say that why did Arteta come out to play PSG? That is because Arsenal were unlucky. That is why they lost that game, and we should not advise the champions of England. See, the truth is that there's nothing we say here that is going to influence what Arteta is doing over there, but we will just have to say what we have to say. Now, to address this, I'm not saying Arsenal should have come out to play PSG 2-2. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm just saying is that Arteta was too defensive. Arteta's football that day was too negative. And what's worse is that the goal came very early. If Havertz's goal came probably sometime in the second half, maybe the 70th minute, and you started defending that way, it can be excusable. But Havertz scored in the 5th or 6th minute. So how do you expect to go for 85 minutes defending? Now the defending backfired. This was the first time Arsenal considered the penalty throughout the season, and they just had to win the Champions League final, because as long as I'm concerned, this is the most defensive Arsenal game I've seen this season. Now it's in their most defensive game that they considered the penalty. Throughout the season, I don't think Arsenal have considered the penalty, only to come to the Champions League final and concede the penalty. Why? You are defending for most of the game. The disadvantage to defending that way is that the pressure is always around your box. If your defender don't foul the player, the opposing team can take a shot and deflect off a player's arm, and it's still a penalty. Arteta was not brave in any way. He did not have any plan of, okay, when we get the ball, this is the way we should launch counters. Because even when Raya had the ball, Arsenal wingers were not moving up. I was watching Saka. I don't know between Saka and Mosquera who was the right back. Saka, that one just gone body with Mosquera. Check the 2025 Club World Cup final and see the way Chelsea approached this same PSG. Chelsea were defending, but at the same time, Chelsea were attacking. Immediately, Sanchez got the ball. Gusto started moving up. Cucurella started moving up. So when the ball is crossed in, when Joao Pedro plays hold up, he has someone he can interchange with. But that was not the case for Arsenal. Their wingers were not even coming out. So nobody is saying that Arteta should come out and play PSG 2-2. What I'm trying to say is that Arteta should have had plans on how to progress the ball and hit PSG on quick counters, but that was not in the game plan. Now, as to this second comment, this guy said it is easier to stay behind the camera and make noise. That this is the same tactics that kept Arsenal for the top for 4 years, and these tactics got them to a Champions League final, got them to cup finals, and won the league. Young man, what you are saying is not true. This was not the tactics that kept Arsenal at the top. As a matter of fact, the first season Arsenal came second. Arsenal played the most beautiful football in the whole Premier League. Arsenal football was even more beautiful than Man City's football, and that was the season Man City won the treble. Between 2022 and sometime in 2024, Arteta's Arsenal played one of the most beautiful football in Europe, and that tactics was what brought Arsenal to the top and kept them second consecutively. But I understand that pressure got to Arteta. The tactics at that point did not give him the league title, because he came second and came second and came second again. So I understand the pressure of, okay, this is the way you are doing something and you are failing to meet your objective, so why don't you switch it? So this season, I understand Arteta going defensive, and being defensive this season have won him the league title. In as much as haters will say that this is the most disappointing Premier League champion ever, that this is the most boring Premier League champions ever, all those talk do not matter. The point is that Arteta finally captured the Premier League title. He even got to a Champions League final. So now the pressure has been lifted. And now that the pressure has been lifted, I expect Arteta to return Arsenal to the way they were playing football, especially in 2023. Because like I said, this tactics Arsenal deployed this season is not going to win Arsenal the Premier League next season. I am very, very sure of that. This tactics will not win Arsenal the Premier League next season. Arteta is at an advantage now, because when you check the current Premier League managers, Arteta has the most experience, and he has like one of the best squads, if not the best squad. Arteta right now is also the manager to beat. So these are the things on Arteta's advantage. So I don't expect Arteta to come into next season again with this same defensive approach. The man that had been a bone in his throat is finally gone in the person of Pep Guardiola. So if Arteta knows what he's doing, this is the time to dominate the league. And you cannot dominate any league playing defensively. Go and check around the world. There is no club that have dominated any league playing defensively. No, you only dominate a league with attacking football. So like I said, Arteta will not win Premier League next season if this is the same way he decides to play.